Hello.
Hello.
I'm Garrett.
And I'm Carolyn,
And we are Diary of a Family.
where we are intentionally living life with you. Green
Means
is good.
We have good cell service right now, so we're kind of happy about that. Anyways, welcome to our weekend live stream.
Our last live stream was on the road.
Yes.
We interviewed a fantastic couple, and I missed them already. Richard and Hope Marks. If you haven't seen that, you need to go back about a week and check that out.
Yeah. They are one of our DFAMs that came in, met with us while we were on the road, and it was absolutely a pleasure.
It was so much fun to have a meetup with them and the LaRues, and we're super excited to meet more DFAM as you guys join us and start communicating during these live streams.
Yep.
And commenting our videos and even trying to meet up with us.
If you are ever on the road and you want to meet up with us, just check out where our videos, where we're currently at. You can email us and say, hey, I'd like to meet up with you guys. Where are you at? And we'll let you guys know, and we'll see if we can coordinate a meetup with you guys.
Yes. Love meetups. X marks the spot. We just gave you a shout out, guys. We missed you guys so much. We enjoyed our interview with you last week. For some reason,
people liked that interview.
They do. Lots of views on it.
Lots of views. And that was really good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we've had a whirlwind of a week.
Yes. Well, we made it here on Monday.
Evening.
Long
day.
If you caught our daily vlog, you would see our trip from Lake Texoma to where we're at here in Panhandle, Texas. And man, it was really good to be able to only do one of those really long pushes.
Right.
My brain was fried on our last trip to come out to Louisiana, and that's all I'll say. Because I don't want to go on a rabbit trail.
Full days of driving, 7 to 8 hours. Just to park for the night and go do it again the next day. It was tough.
Yeah,
we are settling in. Yes.
We're trying to find the nearest, amenities, right now. So right now for us, the closest Walmart is about 25 minutes away. There's a small grocery.
Everything is like 25 minutes, 40 minutes
40 minutes away.
So
yeah, there's a small Thriftway about 5 minutes away, and it has all the grocery stuff we need, but it is a little more pricey.
Yeah.
I went and checked out some campgrounds.
Yes.
Yesterday.
On which lake?
On Lake Meredith. So Lake Meredith has a whole bunch of National Park Service recreation areas. There's 11...
64-ounce steak for free, yes. I think it's 72 ounce, isn't it?
64.
Is it 64?
But 64 is still like that size.
I thought the sign said 72. Anyway.
It's a big steak.
We may go to that restaurant, yes. But we may not attempt the challenge.
I don't even know if it was as good as Jason's steak last week, I might be able to do it.
Yes. Shout out to Jason LaRue and his delicious steaks.
Yep.
Okay, so we were talking about Lake Meredith and
camping.
Man, our friends over there on Driving and Vibing, we found a video of theirs, and they were giving
they're doing a
campground review at one of the campgrounds on Lake Meredith. So
they were in their fiber stream, which is about 7.5 feet long.
So they could fit in anywhere. We can't.
Yes, we're 40 feet long. So Meredith, yep, yeah. We were driving around Lake Meredith, and Lake Meredith has 11 campgrounds run by the National Park Service, and they're all free unless you want to pay for water and electricity. And it's a small fee after that. We checked out 3 of the campsites. One ended up being basically a off-road vehicle playground. I didn't feel comfortable trying to figure out how we could camp there.
It looks pretty big, though. I bet you
it was pretty big.
Spot.
There's probably a way to do it. but I don't know. And that was the closest to Carolyn's work as far as free camping. Then we checked out Plum Creek and Blue West. And Plum Creek was a fairly decent campground. There was a lot of like those horseflies and bugs and stuff, and so I don't know if I want to spend 2 weeks
battling the bugs.
Going out with just like, okay, you all have bug spray guns. Okay, let's go. Let's see if we can make it to the car.
All right, and how about the last one?
The last one had amazing views. It was on the bluff overlooking Lake Meredith, and I'll have a video coming out later this week as we kind of went and explored that area. However, the picnic area, campground areas are about 20 feet from a 200-foot cliff down into the lake.
Not necessarily the best place to
not
take
really
a 5
kid
and a 2-year-old.
friendly, and most of the sites were also very narrow and hard to maneuver. I could kind of see, hey, if we kind of took this route and kind of went like this, and maybe we could get it in.
Our rig is 40 feet long. It takes a lot to get it into a spot.
Yeah. With that being said, we still have probably about 10 other campsites to check out on the south end, and some of them they look like they're paved and all that. However, the driving is probably going to be about 50 minutes to an hour for Carolyn to get to work.
And that's really at my tops.
Yeah.
Right now I'm driving about 40 minutes into work, so I have to leave an hour in advance to be comfortable, to get there, get parked, and get myself in and organized before I have to clock in.
Yeah. I've done some basic Google searches on how to find boondocking locations in Lake Meredith, and most of them are like, hey, free campsites, free camping. I'm like, yeah, that's like tent camping, not 40-foot fifth wheel camping. So if
this boondocking thing is getting really hard. I don't know if it's going to be very easy for us with our big rig. So
I think it's possible because I've seen people do it. You have to go to
very
areas,
specific locations.
Areas that have large BLM land. I think it'll be possible. If you guys watching know of any location in the Lake Meredith or anywhere in the Amarillo
area, yeah,
that has free camping or boondocking or anything like that, leave it in the comments and let us know. We would love to try and check that out.
And we're looking for that radius kind of all around Amarillo, about 20 an hour's drive.
20 to 40 or 20 to 40 minutes.
NOP does it.
NOP, what does NOP stand for? I'm not sure if I follow that one.
We'll wait for your answer.
We'll just awkwardly stare at the camera as you type out the answer. All right, so let's kind of move on a little bit. We put out a video, kind of the last video of our daily vlogs. And in that video, I kind of just asked everybody a question. I was like, hey, do you guys like...
No Ordinary Path does it. Yes. But they also don't have as long a rig as us.
They're like 37 foot, but they're in a higher end. The fifth wheel, their travel trailer is higher off the ground.
I love how I didn't know what NOP stood for, and I should have.
Yeah, we know them.
Thank you, X marks the spot. I will reach out to them, or Garrett will reach out to them. I don't know why I said I.
We're actually working on a collab video with them and a few other travel families.
We haven't really gotten started.
We're coordinating right now.
Coordinating a very cool set of videos.
Yes. Yeah, you'll want to watch those.
Yes.
So back to
a month down the road.
Yeah.
A month. Okay, so
back to our schedule. Mm-hmm. I got some feedback from you guys, and it kind of was fairly consistent. Mm-hmm. You guys kind of prefer to have, like two to three videos a week. And so I think here's how we're going to do our schedule, and let us know if this will work for you guys. So we're going to keep this on Sundays.
Love this. Although it's tough for me because I am working like almost every single Sunday for the next month and a half.
I don't know why. Like
I might ask my boss and see if we can't switch a few of them to Saturdays. I'd rather work on a Saturday and have my Sunday free. So
yeah,
we'll
it's kind of ridiculous.
We'll
but
work on it.
We didn't really ask for.
No.
We didn't make a specific request.
No.
So the time for our starting for our live videos might vary depending on schedules.
So it was a little bit later starting tonight. We're sorry about that, but the kids were still up when I got home. What, just after 8?
Just after, yeah.
Yeah, so.
And they were being a little.
It's okay.
A little difficult.
It was a tough day today.
All right. So next we will be doing our new video on Wednesday. This will be like our adventure to Natchitoches, which will probably be the one coming out on Wednesday.
Loved going to Natchitoches
Yep.
down in Louisiana.
Or 10 free things to do in
the Louisiana,
in Shreveport.
The Shreveport area, yeah.
So we have a whole bunch of videos that we really want to get out to you guys.
Got great footage.
Yep. I just have to have time to be able to sit down and do them. So look forward to kind of how-tos, list videos, kind of things like that for Wednesday. Friday we're gonna do it more of a vlog style. So
kind
like
of what you saw over this travel.
Yes.
To Amarillo, and we'll try to do it on a day that we're doing some fun activity or something like that.
Yes, and we will do that 1,000 Trail review as well.
Yes, it's gonna come out.
And then we're gonna leave space on Saturdays to do an optional vlog. Maybe that might look like Carolyn's new nursing series that she's gonna
I am
be
going
coming out
to
with soon.
start at some point.
Or it might look like we might put a random kid video.
Yes, kids only. They've only done 2 videos so far.
They want to do more. They're thinking of ideas. They're using their creative brains.
Juices. It's great.
So
creativity. It will be part of their arts education.
Yep. So look forward to 3 to 4 videos a week. So not quite daily. Slow it down a bit. Give us some breathing room to work on things.
And probably when schoolwork starts, it'll definitely drop to 3, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Depending on how much time and effort it takes for the school year. So.
Yep.
Anyway.
All right. So we kind of talked about it, but you have an idea of your series that you want to do.
Oh man, he's put me on the spot. Well, it will constitute reviews of certain hospitals that I've been to. Right now I have one all handwritten out and ready for me to do in front of the camera for the Christus Hospital that I was a part of.
Yep.
And then I will obviously do one as I get to know this facility here in Amarillo.
But you'll probably also talk about
to
issues regarding travel nursing.
Right. Things that somebody who's thinking about doing travel nursing and is kind of freaked out about it, overcoming some of those fears and answering some of those questions. So.
Yeah.
Oh, X Marks the Spot wants kid videos. I highly support them in that. It's just sometimes they come up with ideas like at the worst time to do any videoing.
Or trying to direct them a little bit is a little bit tricky.
So he needs to let me do the directing. The first kid video I helped Emma, and then the second one you did, and you had to reshoot the whole thing, didn't you?
Which one was the second?
That's the one where you set her up to just talk about the fireworks, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And you walked away and didn't give her any direction. She sat there and said the same thing again and again.
Yeah.
She needs direction, prompting. And then she comes up with great things. But that's 8, they need a little bit of coaching. So those videos are so much fun, though, once they're put together. I love them.
Yep.
Love them. All right. What's next?
Well,
my new series. It will come out at some point.
It will come out soon.
I've been overwhelmed.
Really and truly,
I must say, though, okay, between starting my brand new job at Shreveport and my brand new job here in Amarillo, considering I've already been through that first job and not knowing what to expect, and then going into the second job kind of knowing what to expect. Yeah, it's helped. Like, Amarillo has been so much quicker for me to just pick up and go with.
Yeah.
But the other reason is my onboarding. I thought that I was going to be, like, I wasn't going to have enough knowledge to really be confident.
Yep.
In having such a short orientation period of time here in Amarillo. And really, it was so easy. It was so easy. And it all comes down to their electronic system and the fact that they didn't waste a whole bunch of our time making us do these, orientation type classes online.
Yeah.
About policy this and policy that, when we'll just ask or look up the policy. We don't need a class on it.
You already know how to nurse. If you have a specific question about something, just ask.
Anyway, the charting system is so much easier. So I will go into that probably in my nursing segment.
So the system you used in Louisiana was fairly archaic.
Oh my goodness. So what I understand is that it was a DOS-based system, and they tried converting it to a Windows-based system, and it really hasn't worked out well. So.
Yeah. When I used to work for the government, we were dealing with a DOS-based system for the majority of the time, and when I left, they were just working it over. So I understand a little bit about working with old, archaic systems.
They really needed to just trash it and start over again, but they didn't. And so they have a product that is not as good as some of the other products out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think we will actually go back to Louisiana? I know we have a nursing license there, and I know we want to travel all over the place, so I'm not saying like next month we go back, but maybe like in a year or two. Meditech versus Epic.
Yep. Meditech versus Epic. I know Epic the most, but now I'm using Cerner. And Cerner and Epic, they're so similar that it's been so easy for me to pick it up.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Everyone's coming on. Hey, hey,
hello,
hey.
Hello.
Just popped on. Glad
shrimp
you made
balls.
It say.
Jason, shrimp balls.
What was that?
It sounds good, whatever it is. I'm hungry.
Yeah, yeah.
No Ordinary Path. Hi, guys. Just popped on. Glad you all made it safe. Thank you very much. We are just barely settling down, and I've already worked 4 shifts.
Shrimp balls, Louisiana, boil, shrimp boil.
Yep, shrimp boil.
Yeah, we did. We experienced
I
shrimp
read
boil.
shrimp balls.
Shrimp boils.
But it's shrimp boils. I got it.
We have the screen is like
the screen
like right
is
there.
so tiny. I was like,
shrimp balls. What is that? Oh my gosh. Sorry, bud. We're not tired at all.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Hey, No Ordinary Path. What do you guys use to find a good boondocking location, especially one for larger rigs like ours?
He's trying to find us a good spot out here.
We're looking for an area up at Lake Meredith, which is a National Park Service area, but the campsites we've been to have been really bad.
So you've only seen 3 of them.
I've only seen 3.
I haven't seen them at all. Do we want to tell them why?
Because we were
or is
gonna.
It going to be part of the video?
It's kind of part of the video.
Okay. Well,
it's a sick kid.
You'll get a little preview. Timothy was sick with a fever for the last couple of days, so I took my 1 day off and stayed at home with him, and he napped, and I rested and read my book. I got through my book before it was due back.
Yeah, I used Campendium. That's what I was using to find the boondocking spots, but they were all national park stuff by the lake, and there's like nothing else around. So I don't know if there's hidden gems somewhere or whether
I think he needs to be looking down by the canyon on the other side of Amarillo.
Yeah.
Paladuro. That's where I want to go.
Poor Timmy. I know. He's actually feeling better. Today he had normal temperature.
He was normal in the afternoon. He was running a fever in the morning, and you guys stayed home from church. But this evening I touched him. He felt kind of... Oh, what book? Okay, it's a nursing... Well, it's a medical book. Not really. It's written by a doctor. Hold on, let me get in. So I have a library card and use an online program from our library back in Washington.
Today?
No.
No? Okay.
No, these are the ones that are checked out still.
Oh.
So I read That Good Night by Sunita Puri. She is a doctor in California. She is a palliative care doctor. And I cried through so many of her stories. But it was so good, and it like at one point I realized that her sharing her story and how she learned about humanity and the death and dying process being part of life made me even stop and think about, well, what am I doing with my family? How am I being intentional with them? And am I spending the time I need to with my kids so that in the future I don't regret, not having time with them? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was pretty emotional for me. I took it in small chunks, and then I didn't that last day, and I was actually pretty tired emotionally. But I got it read. It was so good, so good. So,
X marks the spot says we need a report on Palo Duro when you go.
Okay.
We will. It'll be a full episode. And No Ordinary Past says states call them different things like conservation lands or state lands.
Conservation lands, state lands.
Did you guys have to get permits? Because one area that I did go to required a certain type of permit. It was mainly for off-road vehicles. I think you'll be able to camp there, but I don't know about that.
We'll just have to find a phone number to call.
Yeah, there was a phone number I could call to research that and ask.
Yeah, Jason, I have been listening to, I get a lot of audiobooks on our country's history, which there were a lot of things I didn't know about our founding fathers. And other books that are like more soul-searching and can be of Christian bent. This one was not necessarily... she did bring religion into it. She comes from a different walk. But it was really good to just, instead of just have my daily get up, do this, here's some chores, and not have that time to stop and think about what it is to be human.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend it to anybody in the medical field or not in the medical field. It is called That Good Night by Sunita Puri.
Awesome. So you really enjoyed the audiobooks
for
your drives.
Oh, it's a lifesaver. I don't use it the first couple of days because, driving in the dark and trying to, oh my goodness, I've almost run stop signs here in Texas because you're going so fast and it's so dark because there's no street lights, and then all of a sudden, stop sign!
And they come up in the most random, you'll be on a 75 mile an hour highway and then all of a sudden you're at a stop sign.
Or some of these highways out here that are 75 miles, and I know they're kind of straight.
Yep.
There's these spots where they kind of jog right and then left. And they're so, you don't see them, and then you're like, whoa!
I love the arm.
I seriously have almost wrecked the car a couple of times in my first few drives to the hospital. And now I know when to start to slow down because I'm not sure exactly when the curve is.
Yeah.
But I've started to use my my brights as well.
I noticed that driving in the truck, I don't have that problem as much.
Are you up higher? Can you see better? I can't
Well,
see a darn thing without my brights on.
6.5 feet off the ground when I'm driving, so I can probably see a little better. I know that times I've driven your car at night, it's been... I bought the darn car. I should remember how to...
No Ordinary Path says yes. Some require permits. X marks the spot. Audiobooks put you to sleep.
Listen to heavy metal on your way home. That'll work. Possibly get a link or the title, author book in the notes.
Oh,
Here,
yes.
I'll
Yes. Actually, he can type it in right now.
I'll type it in.
And it was, on hold for me for, weeks and weeks. I think it's a bestseller right now. There we go. That Good Night. Sunita Puri. Very good read.
Big nonfiction reader. Yeah, we like a lot of history, nonfiction, and C.S. Lewis.
Mm-hmm. I've read some books that were written recently, some books that are older.
A lot of the books that come out about like the Revolutionary War are fantastic because there's a lot of history there that people really don't go into anymore.
I've read one about the Tripoli Wars too. That one I didn't even know about. I mean, I know of Tripoli and I know that it's in the Marine Anthem, but I didn't know why it was there. Yeah. Now I do because I listened to an audiobook. I'm so smart.
Smarter every day. Oh wait, that's a YouTube channel.
That is a YouTube channel.
Now we can just get a shout out from their channel. I think we'd be fine.
Yes, C.S. Lewis. I finally got my favorite. Obviously, is the Chronicles of Narnia, and I've read the first 2 books, and I just started the 3rd book with the kids. But again, it's a series that when I put it on hold, it takes a few weeks, and so sometimes we have a gap.
He said C.S. Lewis and Tozer. Is that A.W. Tozer?
A.W. Tozer.
Tozer.
I gotta read some of his.
Yeah. One of my favorite authors is Ted Dekker.
Of course.
He has his very own unique style, and I love his... He does a lot... It's more modern C.S. Lewis. More modern fantasy C.S. Lewis. And
yeah, but he doesn't write for kids.
No, they're not kids' books.
He writes for adults. Some of C.S. Lewis's... Ted Dekker's books have, left me with nightmares. There's a few that I will read again and again, but there are several that I have refused to read because I know it would border on...
The Circle Trilogy.
The Circle Trilogy.
Oh, wait, that's not that. That's Hunger Games. Sorry.
What I'm super excited for is when my kids are older and I can read to them the Lord of the Rings.
Ooh, yes.
And you know what?
Starting from The Hobbit.
So you know what my sisters and I would do on vacation even. We'd go way up in the mountains to our friend's cabin, and seriously, us girls would sit for hours and take turns reading chapters out of Pride and Prejudice, any of Jane Austen's books. Oh my goodness, it was so much fun.
I used to watch the entire original Pride and Prejudice series, BBC series.
The BBC
all 7 hours.
Who was the main?
I can't remember the name.
What's his name? He's a well-known actor.
Not Colin Firth.
Is that right? I think you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to watch that one. It's funny. A lot of older movies we're now showing our kids. I showed my kids for the first time Fly Away Home today.
They loved it.
They absolutely loved it. And it had to do with animals and birds, and they were like, Daddy, why is that man trying to take those birds away? Great, now you got to go into the big legality of a game warden.
What I love about Fly Away Home, though, is it's a great story. It's a true story, and both children and adults can enjoy it because it has a storyline that would hold an adult's attention, but doesn't bore a child to death. So,
yeah.
And is appropriate for a child.
So our National Venture said, love Jane Austen, but I'm not sure about reading Lord of the Rings to the kids.
No, not yet. They have to be older.
Older.
That's why we're doing C.S. Lewis.
Probably Eddie would be closer to Emma's age.
10, yeah.
8, 9, 10 years old, probably.
10. So the others would be teenagers already.
Hello. National Event. She's just stopping in to say hello.
Hello.
So we are just settling into Amarillo, and we're just chatting about what's going on.
And I've got to catch up on your videos. I saw you put some out about...
New York.
Yeah, New York.
They drove their fifth wheel into, Jersey City or Jersey side, but they went through some pretty hair-raising streets to get their rig to their campground site.
Yep. We got to catch up.
Yes.
We definitely have to catch up.
Yeah.
Jason, we love Pride and Prejudice. I can pick the soundtrack. So the old Pride and Prejudice or the new Pride and Prejudice? Because I love them both.
Yeah, Andrew's a beast driving that thing, and with the full-size dually. That's a.
We are skipping back and forth in stories here.
Yeah.
So Andrew from Our National Adventure drove their rig into
downtown. Well, not downtown New York, but into.
Liberty Harbor is no joke. We will take your word for it.
Yes, okay.
I have never been to the East Coast. It's not fair because he's gone many times.
We plan on trying to hit that next year.
Next year.
So that's... We don't want to reveal our entire... Okay, back to the books.
Back to the books. I don't know. I think we might have... I have tons. Like, seriously, if you want some good book titles, I have done a lot of reading, listening.
Just start a website. A nurse's audiobook top 10 list or something like that.
Yeah. I definitely highly recommend anything that Brene Brown has put out. She's also fantastic.
She's what, a PhD? So she's a medical one?
Yeah, it's just, yeah. Anyway. The heat's hitting y'all. Yeah, well, and right now we're trying to hold the AC down a little bit.
Yep.
Quieter. So it's not popping on as often. My cheeks are all pink.
It actually got below 70 degrees today. Was that 65 outside?
It was 70 when I left.
70 outside in the morning, which has been like the coolest it's been in a long time.
Yeah, it was so nice. But it's still hitting almost 100 degrees. Yesterday was like 102.
Yeah.
Some places it was like 115. Anyway.
But 102 is actually more bearable than 90 degrees in the humidity. Yeah. That was going.
Yeah.
Yes, our AC is... They're holding out fairly well. They seemed like our main one was starting to dim in its how effective it was, and then we realized that we hadn't cleaned the filters out, and so it wasn't getting enough air. It was
that much like nastiness that we had to scrape off. Now it can breathe. Now it can get all the air it needs to do its job.
We haven't gone up top to see if there's anything up there that needs to be cleaned out. Yes,
we need to take the cover off and look
yeah, it's been very helpful. The humidity out here has been... At night it gets 50 or 60. In the daytime it's like 20 to 30%. And it's great because, I mean, we are able to kind of control the heat a lot better. I mean, with that humidity, especially in Louisiana, I mean, it would be 90 degrees and we would be fighting to keep it at 85 in the trailer with everything closed, and because the humidity was just sucking the heat in.
But like yesterday, I mean, it was in the hundreds, and our trailer was a good 20 degrees below the outside temperature. Yeah. So, you know, we're going to manage just fine. The locals say that this is a strange heat wave that is not normal for here in the Panhandle. That it's usually 80s and low 90s, and so we're going to have some relief tomorrow. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think there's some kind of like thunderstorm coming through. So.
Anyway. We still have our dehumidifier out. We've used it a couple of times. But really, in Louisiana, it was almost running constantly. So
we were dumping it every other day, if not every day.
And it's got a good gallon or more capacity.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, we can jump to our new subscribers.
Sure. Let me get out of my book thing here. All right. So for this week, we have 524 subscribers. Woohoo! Woohoo! We are 476 away from our goal of 1,000. Every single one of you are helping us on our way to that goal. And so a special shout out to Jonathan Leonard, Rebecca L., and Williams Nixon, who all joined us this week. Thank you very much for becoming part of the DFAM. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah. So join us on our live streams.
Live streams or comment on any videos. Mm-hmm. You can also get notified by clicking that bell.
And email us at rvdiaryofafamily@gmail.com. Especially those of you who want to be maybe featured on one of our interviews.
Yeah, we'd really love to.
We have someone
next week.
Another DFAM couple.
Yeah.
Planning to be interviewed next week, so stay tuned for that.
That's
next
Sunday.
Be fun. X marks the spot.
Yeah, so
524. I know.
Yeah, we're
super excited.
We're doing the roller coaster thing again. Where we gain one, we lose one, gain one.
No, it wasn't that bad.
So, well, yeah, it hasn't been as bad. So.
Garrett's like watching it every day. I'm just like,
sorry, it's about as bad as watching water boil. I need to not be like, ooh. We did surpass 60,000 views.
Yes.
Today.
Nice. And
so
yeah, we're hitting some mighty big goals, and Garrett's pumping out.
We just need 2 or 3 more videos to just kind of take off.
I felt like Garrett was just like pumping out the videos during that week and a half we were traveling. I felt like we didn't get to bed on time because he was staying up late doing it, but
it's trying to do stuff in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So it looks like Jason called it a night. He had prayers for Timothy and y'all, and then
thank you, Jason.
Everyone's having major humidity issues off the hurricane that hit off the East Coast.
Yeah, I mean that hit Louisiana and we left before it. So
it also hit southern Texas too.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually glad that we got out when we did.
We could have been stuck in some nasty, nasty weather.
Yes, but thank God it did not happen.
Yeah. Anyway, I work today. I work tomorrow, so I'm pretty tired.
Their schedule's all weird.
I'm a traveler. They put me in wherever they want. And the manager that I report to is on vacation until Tuesday. So I met her on like Friday as she was leaving work to go on this vacation.
Yep.
So I will be talking to her about switching over some of the Sundays that I'm scheduled for Saturdays. I'd rather work on Saturdays so that I can be here with you guys for our lives.
Yeah. So next week might be a little interesting with her work. Do you work next Sunday? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So with our interview, it might be a little interesting, but we'll make it work.
No, we'll make it work. I have some ideas.
Okay.
So, just stay tuned. We're going to have lots and lots of videos coming out about the Amarillo area, Lake Meredith, Palo Duro Canyon. This whole area has so much history, so many little museums.
Yeah.
I'm hearing all the locals now here at the hospital telling me, you have to do this, and you have to do that, and you have to do this. And so I'm like, quick, I got to write these down. I haven't written them down, but I'm like, Garrett, did you know that they have like... they have a stage production going on right now until like the end of August, and it's all about the history of the area here in Panhandle.
Cool.
We have to go to that show. It's got barbecue, stuff for the kids. I want to go see it. I don't know how much it costs.
Barbecue. Grilling. It's called grilling.
Right, grilling. Sorry, Jason. It's grilling.
Be politically correct. Grilling.
All right, we're going to sign off. Thank you all for joining us. It's been a blast. Good conversation.
Yeah, I love hanging out with you guys, even if it is on the chat window, but always fun.
And I still really like the idea of doing kind of a nursing rally.
Yes.
So like a travel nurse rally.
It's something that we probably would have to try and
coordinate
for like next summer.
Yeah.
Or like next year, so we can all kind of be like, hey, we want to try and coordinate. So we will talk more about that coming up.
Yes, we will. All right, guys.
We're going to call it a night. And as always,
live life intentionally. Bye, guys.